Welcome to all. Today we will start with the next unit, that is unit number 4, Chemical Thermodynamics. With option, this unit is for 8 marks, and without option it is for 6 marks. For entrance exam as well as for board exam, this chapter is very important as it is numerical based chapter. So let us start with this new topic, that is chemical thermodynamics. Chemical thermodynamics means thermo means heat and dynamics means it is concerned with motion, flow or change. So in this chapter we will study the energy changes taking place during physical or chemical change. So in this lecture we will study first energy, what is meant by energy, then different forms of energy, transformation of different forms of energy from one form to another form, definition of thermodynamics we will study, and terms used in thermodynamics and types of system we will study. So let us start with the energy. In your previous standards, you have studied this term, that is energy. Energy means what? Energy is the ability to do the work, capacity to do work, that is called as a energy. So body having high energy or more energy, it can do more work. Therefore energy of a body may be defined as its capacity to do work, is known as energy. Also, you might have studied different forms of energy in your previous standards. So energy, there are different forms of energy such as potential energy, kinetic energy, chemical energy, heat energy, mechanical energy or electrical. All these are the different forms of energy. So potential energy means energy of a body due to its position or due to its state is known as potential energy. For example, water that is stored in a dam, example of potential energy. It possesses, water possesses potential energy. Or the energy of a body due to its motion is known as the kinetic energy, or energy associated with the motion is known as kinetic energy. For example, running water, moving car, all these are the example, flying aeroplane, these are the examples of kinetic energy. Chemical energy means energy which is stored in a bonds of a chemical compound and which is released during a chemical reaction in the form of heat, that is called as a chemical energy. For example, burning of petroleum, burning of coal, these are the examples of chemical energy. Heat energy, heat is a form of energy and form of energy that causes a difference in temperature is called as what? Heat. And heat is produced due to movement of atom, ion, molecule in solid, liquid or gases. It is called as a heat energy. Mechanical energy is the energy of an object due to its motion or position. It is known as a mechanical energy. For example, windmill is an example of mechanical energy. So there are different forms of energies. Various forms are there: radiant energy, solar energy, nuclear energy, sound energy, electronic energy. All these are the various forms of energy, and all these forms of energy are interconvertible. Now see here, let us study how these forms of energies are interconvertible. See here, it is a water. Water is taken in a beaker, and when you supply heat to this beaker, then water inside this absorb the heat and passes into vapor state. So by the absorption of heat, water gets converted into vapor state. So here the water gain heat and get converted into vapor state. The state of a system is changed. From liquid water it changed into gaseous state. It is a physical change, and during this physical change heat is gained by the water. Like that, here solid ice is there. Ice, when it melts, then it get converted into liquid water. Here also chemical composition is not changed, but the state of the matter is changed. Solid ice get converted into liquid state, and it takes place by gaining the heat from the surrounding. So both the changes are physical changes, and during these physical changes heat changes takes place. Or here the burning of the coal is an example of chemical change, and during the burning large amount of heat is evolved. So during this chemical change heat is evolved, as it is a combustion reaction, large amount of heat is evolved, that is heat changes taking place. So heat changes taking place during physical change or chemical change are studied under thermodynamics. Also here is a chemical reaction, that is zinc when it is reacts with copper sulfate, then the chemical energy due to chemical reaction zinc and copper sulfate reacts and produces what? Chemical energy, and this chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. So Daniell cell is an example of chemical energy into transformation of chemical energy into electrical energy. Or here the electrolysis of AgNO3. AgNO3 is an electrolyte. When electricity is passed through this AgNO3, then Ag get deposited on this spoon. So electroplating is an example of conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy. Electrical energy is consumed to produce a chemical reaction, or to take place a chemical reaction electrical energy is consumed. So it is an example of electrolysis or electroplating, and in electroplating electric energy is converted into chemical energy. Or the working of windmill. In windmill, wind energy is converted into mechanical energy, and this mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy. You know that the moving air possesses the kinetic energy due to motion, and this energy gives the air, and this moving air applies force on the blades, and these blades rotate and produces what? Electrical energy. So in working of windmill, wind energy is converted into mechanical energy, and mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Also here the blades of this fan rotate due to what? The electrical energy. So electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy in working of a fan. So all these are examples of transformation of energy. Also here water which is stored in a dam is at a height or high level as compared to ground level. So it possesses some potential energy. When the doors of this dam are open, then what happens? The potential energy, water falls down, and therefore potential energy of water decreases and it gets converted into kinetic energy. And when this falling water falls on turbine, it gets converted into electrical energy. So energy, one form of energy gets converted into another form of energy. So all these forms of energy are interconvertible, and the quantitative study of these different forms of energy and energy changes taking place in physical and chemical processes is or changes is known as what? Thermodynamics. So how you will define thermodynamics? Thermodynamics is concerned with energy changes in physical and chemical processes, or thermodynamics is the branch of science that deals with the different forms of energy and the quantitative relationship between them and the energy changes that occurs in physical and chemical processes. That is called as what? Thermodynamics. So this thermodynamics provides information about feasibility of a chemical reaction. That means what? Whether a particular reaction is possible under given set of condition or not. That can be determined with the help of the thermodynamics. Also, thermodynamics deals with the properties of macroscopic system, not microscopic, macroscopic systems. That means in a large quantity, large number of molecules, ions. Thermodynamics studies the large number of molecules or ions. It does not consider a single molecule or individual molecule, or it does not study individual molecule. Like thermodynamics deals with only initial and final state of the system. That means what? How the change is carried out, chemical change or physical change is carried out. That is not concerned or considered in thermodynamic study. Thermodynamics is considered only with initial and final states of the system. And also this thermodynamics tells us about the direction in which the reaction can take place. So all these are the scopes of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics provides the information about feasibility of a chemical reaction. It deals with a macroscopic system, and it deals with only initial and final states of the system, and it tells us the direction by which the reaction can take place. Also, but there are some limitations to thermodynamics. It does not give information about the rate at which the physical or chemical process takes place, and therefore it does not tell us about the mechanism of the chemical reaction. So these are what limitations of thermodynamics. Now we will study here the terms involved in thermodynamics. So first, that is what? Universe. Universe is made up of system and surrounding. Universe is made up of two components. That is, first one is system and another one is surrounding. So let us study what is meant by system, what is meant by surrounding. So system means a part of the universe under thermodynamic investigation or thermodynamic study or thermodynamic observation is called as system. System means what? A part of universe under thermodynamic investigation. And surrounding means what? Surrounding means all other part of the universe, remaining part of the universe outside the system is called as what? Surrounding. And here see, this is a cylinder, and in this cylinder gas is enclosed, and this cylinder is fitted with a piston. Now if you move this piston in downward direction, then what happens? The volume of this gas will change. Or if you move this piston in upward direction, then volume of this gas will change. So change, we are observing what? The change in the volume of this gas which is enclosed in this cylinder. So this gas in a cylinder, enclosed in a cylinder, it is called as a system, which is under thermodynamic consideration. And the rest of the portion, that is the cylinder, walls of this this cylinder and this atmosphere or this environment or the room in which this cylinder is kept, that is called as a surrounding. Remaining part of the universe other than system is known as what? Surrounding. And these walls of this cylinder or the walls of this piston, these are called as what? Boundary, which separates system and surrounding. So boundary, it may be real or it may be imaginary. Now consider here, see here, this is a water bottle and the walls of this water bottle is what? Boundary. Water inside is a system and the walls of this water bottle are what? Or it is called as a boundary. And this boundary is real boundary. You can touch this boundary. So it is what? Real boundary. Imaginary boundary means what? See here, inside this bottle water is there and above this water air is also there. And the difference between these two phases, we can observe this difference, that is, this is air and this one is water. So it is an imaginary line which separates this air and water, that is called as a imaginary layer or imaginary boundary. So this is the difference between real and imaginary boundary. Boundary may be rigid or flexible. It may be fixed or it may be movable. For example, see here, the gas is enclosed in this cylinder. Suppose this piston is fixed, it is not movable, rigid. Then what happens? The volume will not change. And such a boundary is fixed. And such a boundary is called as a fixed boundary. But if you supply heat to this system, to this gas, then gas will expand. And if this piston is movable, then it will move in upward direction. So here the volume of the gas changes. And then such a boundary which is not fixed, which is movable, that boundary is called as what? Flexible boundary or movable boundary. So that is the difference between movable boundary and fixed boundary or rigid boundary and flexible. Like that, this boundary may be diathermic or adiabatic. Diathermic means what? If the heat system can exchange heat with the surrounding, then or surrounding can exchange heat with the system, then it is called as what? Diathermic boundary. And if the system cannot exchange heat with the surrounding, then such a boundary is called as what? The adiabatic boundary. So boundary may be real or imaginary, rigid or flexible, or diathermic or adiabatic, which separates the system from its surrounding is called as what? Boundary. So boundary is a real or imaginary layer that separates the system from its surrounding is known as what? Boundary. So here the second term which we are going to study, that is types of system. So there are three main types of system: open system, then closed system and isolated system. So let us study all these types of system one by one. First we will study open system. Open system means what? See here, for example, hot coffee placed in a mug. Then what happens? This is a cup containing hot coffee. Now here, when it is placed in a room, then water vapors goes into the surrounding. It is a system, and this system can exchange matter. Water vapors goes into the surrounding, that means part of matter goes into the surrounding. So the system can exchange matter with the surrounding. And if it is kept for some time, then it cool down. That means what? The energy, the system exchanges energy with the surrounding. So system that can exchange both matter and energy with its surrounding is called as what? Open system. For example, the another example of this is what? This is a chemical reaction carried out in an open vessel. Here the vapors of these chemicals goes into the atmosphere or surrounding. That means what? Matter goes into the surrounding and energy through these walls of the container goes into the surrounding, or you can supply energy to this container. So it can exchange both matter and energy with the surrounding. So system that can exchange both matter and energy with its surrounding is called as a open system. And in open system, boundary is not closed. It is not sealed. Here also it is an open vessel. Here also it is an open cup. Therefore, boundary is not sealed in case of open system. For example, here a open test tube in which chemical reaction is carried out, or open vessel in which chemical reaction is carried out. Animals, plants, human being, hot tea or hot coffee in an open cup. All these are the examples of open system. The second type of system, here also it is an ocean, and ocean is also an example of open system, as due to evaporation and precipitation, matter can exchange from the system to the surrounding or from surrounding to the system, and the solar radiation evaporates this water. That means energy can enter into the system, so through the atmosphere. So here it is an example of ocean is an example of open system. Now closed system. Closed system means what? If a chemical reaction is carried out in a closed vessel, if you cover this container with a lid, then and heat it, then water vapor, if this container contain water, then water will boil, but the water vapors cannot pass into this surrounding. That means what? Matter is not exchanged with the surrounding, but energy, the system can exchange energy with the surrounding. Then such a system is called as a closed system. That is, system that can exchange only energy but not matter with the surrounding is called as a closed system. And in case of closed system, boundary is sealed but it is not insulated. Remember that it is not insulated, it is sealed. For example, see here, a gas is enclosed in a cylinder, and if you supply the heat to this gas, then what happens? The gas will expand and the piston will move in upward direction. System will do the work, but what happens here? The matter of this gas cannot pass into the surrounding, does not go into the surrounding. So it is an example of closed system. So any reaction carried out in a sealed vessel is an example of what? Closed system. And third one, that is the here also earth also is an example of the closed system. Solar energy can enter in on the earth surface, and terrestrial energy can go out of the into the atmosphere through this earth surface. So it is an example of closed system. Then third one, that is isolated system. Any hot water or hot coffee, hot tea, if it is placed in a thermos flask, then its temperature remain as it is. It does not cool down. That means what? There is no exchange of energy with the surrounding. So the temperature remain as it is. As well as it is sealed, matter cannot pass through this system and it cannot enter into the surroundings. So there is no exchange of matter and no exchange of energy with the surroundings. So it is an example of the isolated system. The system that can exchange either matter or energy with its surrounding is called as what? Isolated system. So example of this: hot tea in a thermos flask, or chemical reaction carried out in a thermos flask, or universe. All these are the examples of isolated system. So system is a part of universe which is under thermodynamic consideration, and there are three main types of system, that is open system, closed system and isolated system. In open system, both, that is matter as well as energy, can exchange with the surrounding. Closed system, only the energy it can exchange with the surrounding, but matter cannot exchange with surrounding. And in isolated system, it cannot exchange either matter or energy with the surrounding. So here, thank you for watching this video.